This is going to be fun. I have some new products from IDS Works, some accessories for my new Fujifilm cameras. I recently made a big switch to Fujifilm from Canon, and I went with the really lovely, tiny, customizable hybrid rangefinder style camera for daily carrying and photographing life. And then I also went with the big monster medium format for my studio. So as I love to accessorize things and as I need specific things for these cameras, I found exactly what I needed in the options from IDS, which is a company out of Hong Kong, and they seem to have really creative designs and they seem to have really high quality. My standards are high. Up until now, my L Bracket for my studio camera was made by Really Right Stuff, which is a really high-end company. And I used to have a Leica, and I used to have a really nice Leica grip for the front because it's got a similar problem. You really can't hold this very well. So my standards are high, my expectations are high. Let's see what this is all about. So I already opened one of these boxes because I was really excited to see what was inside. But this is how these packages came. I have to say, these came quickly from Hong Kong. I live in Portugal. They came really well wrapped. These boxes are well made, and this is well padded and quite secure. Another really cool thing that made the process easy was the company IDS took care of everything. So importation, customs, all that stuff. I didn't have to do anything, didn't have to pay anything extra. It was all taken care of by them. So let's see what this looks like. Padding. IDS, Initial Design Studio, designed in Hong Kong. You could definitely tell some care went into the packaging. So we have the lens down bracket. This is a cool little device that we'll have to experiment with in a little while. And then this was the main reason I even found this company, and this is the IDS Works GFX series modular L bracket and base plate. So I'm going to set these other ones aside for a moment, and the little camera aside, and this will just be the base plate. Oh wow. Really nice. Custom plastic box. L plate assembly. Special foam pieces to keep everything together. These guys are not messing around. Okay. Everything is just in place. What do we have here? 4 little screws, 2 medium-sized screws, and 2 big screws, and lots of little foam pieces to hold all this together. I think I got everything out of this. Oh, no, I did not. This is nicely made. Well, we're going to get to that in a second. All right, let's make sure I got all the parts. I think I did. All right, so, oh, this is nice. We have this, it's kind of like a matte machined aluminum, and it seems like it has really nice edges and tolerances. And there's little pieces of kind of like foam glued to it for softness, probably where it connects to the camera. And it looks like lots of mounting holes. This looks like something to help put it on. So, pardon me while I read the instructions for a second. L plate composed of 2 parts. First, make sure you have the bottom plate placed on the table, and make sure the top of the bottom plate is facing up. I guess that's this. Slide in the vertical plate on the left side. Use the mini screw provided and screw into the side. Screw is merely for location fixing. Bear of loadings on the structure itself. Okay, well, I have to admit I don't really know how to do this, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, I think I figured it out. So this part goes in the camera. It has the little pin that goes in the anti-rotation pin slot in the bottom of the camera. It has this foam stuff. That's cool. So this slides into here with a really tight, perfect fit. That's nice. And then this is the vertical side, which I believe goes like that. So this is going to end up going like this, more or less. Okay. So now it says to put in 2 mini screws, which are these little guys. And this is just a set screw, apparently. Aha, that's interesting. Okay, so this slides back and forth. That was part of the reason I wanted to get it, because when you can slide the L bracket away from the camera body, you can access the ports on the side, which is super important for me in my studio. It looks like this just goes on first. And that goes like that. And use one of these screws. And I could be wrong, but it looks like the company gave extra screws, which is pretty awesome because, you know, you can lose these things or they can get stripped. All right, that's nice and tight on the bottom. Wow, I really like this design because on my previous L brackets, sometimes I didn't want the whole L bracket on, but this one, it seems like you can leave the plate, which is also the Arca Swiss bottom. So even when I go out in the field and I'm not using the L thing in the studio, I can still have that on there and it won't be annoying. I like that. So, got the bottom part on, the bottom plate, and then this is the L bracket that slides on here. And there it is. All right, so then that gets secured in this slidey part with one of these screws that has the thumb grippy thing. That's fantastic, so you don't always need a tool to make adjustments to your camera while you're using it, which is great. Okay. So we have a spare screw to keep the bottom plate on the camera, a spare screw to adjust, and 2 small set screws, all spares. That's fantastic. And a cute little tool. I have to say, that is really nice. You know, one of the things I had on my previous L bracket for my previous camera was a limitation on where I could mount it, particularly when I was trying to mount it on like an Edelkrone motion control system and balance it. There was 2 or 3 holes, and this one has a plethora, so that is fantastic. Even here we've got a bunch of holes for mounting, so this is really nice. And let's just see if I can quickly do this. You loosen this little bit, push that out, tighten it up. And now I can open these and access those portholes. All right. Just close it back down. That looks fantastic.